Oh, so you're a big Tesla guy, huh? Think you know everything there is to know about Elon Musk, the Cybertruck, the Tesla Semi, and even the upcoming Roadster? Well, we're gonna put that to the test with seven incredible facts about Tesla. And I can guarantee that you've never heard at least two of these. Or maybe tree. Well, guarantee might be kind of a strong word, but for all you Tesla heads out there, we are definitely gonna drop some knowledge on you. So here are seven facts about Tesla that you didn't know. And at the end, there may be an honorable mention. Let's go. Hey guys, I have to thank SimpliSafe for sponsoring today's video, because right now they're having their best sale of the year. And I bet you didn't know that there's actually a rise in break-ins during the holiday season. If you ever wanted incredibly effective, reliable home security like me, it has never been easier to make that happen. You can order it online or over the phone, and it gets delivered directly to your door. Now, I'm the kind of guy that struggles to put the simplest of IKEA furniture together, but believe it or not, I was able to install all of this in less than an hour. And not only that, but I actually enjoyed installing it. Like this base station right here with that ideal glow, this super awesome Video Doorbell Pro, plus these awesome motion sensors, and even these nifty water sensors. Ooh, a cracker. Ugh. Let's do another one. Yeah, these little guys that saved us almost right after we got SimpliSafe, because YouTube girlfriend was doing the laundry and the water line popped off. And this little sucker emitted a high pitch alert, and your boy Brad Danger came running and saved the day before there was thousands of dollars in water damage. And here's the thing, even if there's an emergency when YouTube girlfriend and I are out of the house having fun, we know that the house is professionally monitored 24/7. And if anything happened, the police will be alerted, and we rest easy at night knowing that. So treat yourself with a little added security this holiday season, and go to simplisafe.com/idealmedia to not only get 30% off, which is their best deal of the year, but you also get an HD camera thrown in with the purchase of any new system. And I'll link to them down in the description so that you know exactly where to click to find whole home protection. And thank you, SimpliSafe, for keeping the Ideal fam protected this holiday season and beyond. And now, enjoy the rest of the show. When you think about Tesla Motors, there's one name that becomes pretty much synonymous with the company. And that, of course, is our boy Elon Musk. While a lot of people believe that he was the mastermind who actually founded the company and started the craze over the high-tech EVs, Musk actually had a different route in with the company. See, he was brought in as chairman of the company board of directors when they realized that they needed venture capital injection to continue production. And Elon was riding a high because he was fresh off his experience with PayPal, where he ran away with a ridiculous $165 million payout after selling the company to eBay in 2002. This South African businessman is an absolute genius. Well, at least most people think that. And right away, he insisted that the company use carbon fiber reinforced polymer for the car's bodies, which is a pretty big call. And even though he appointed the company's actual founder, this dude, Martin Eberhard, as CEO, Elon eventually took the reins more and more when it came to overseeing design. Eventually, Musk's increased involvement in the day-to-day of Tesla's operation would lead to Eberhard leaving the company. And then, of course, because it's America, he sued Musk for what essentially amounted to Elon stealing the company. Because the true founders of Tesla are Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, not Elon Musk, which is kind of crazy. And those two dudes founded Tesla a pretty long time ago. So long ago, in fact, that Tesla is one of the oldest publicly listed automakers in all of the USA. While that insane amount of hype around Tesla's vehicles seems like a pretty new phenomenon, the company has actually been around for a whole lot longer than you might expect. In fact, out of all the publicly listed American automakers currently in business, Tesla is actually the second oldest. Yeah, that's right, the second oldest, right behind the granddaddy of American automotive. Ford. Yes, Ford. But as you may expect, the age difference between these two pretty big companies, well, actually huge companies, is pretty big, like foot long. well, like 10 foot longs, because Ford went public back in 1956, and somehow the Ford family was able to retain 40% of the company. And Tesla went public a whole 54 years later in 2010. And that's when Elon Musk made the decision to offer shares of the company at $17 a share, thus making Tesla the first domestic automaker to have an IPO in over half of a century. And at the time, Tesla's only offering was the Roadster that was selling for $109,000. And I bet you remember those. And although Elon always said that his goal was to build a mass production EV for the common person, kind of like the Volkswagen Bug, which is YouTube girlfriend's favorite, I really don't feel like anyone had an idea that Tesla would become as super popular as they are now. And those $17 shares that you would have bought roughly 10 years ago were well north of $1,000 before their recent stock split, which means if you would have put in $100,000 in 2010, you would have been a million, well, let's just say you would have had a lot of money. But in terms of having the title of the second oldest publicly traded American car company, Tesla doesn't have a whole lot of competition. It's basically just Ford, GM, which went public not long after Tesla in 2010, and good old Fiat Chrysler, which went public in 2014, after bouncing back from bankruptcy in 2009. So, saying that Tesla is the second oldest is like me saying I'm the second best looking Brad Danger. It's really not all that impressive and doesn't mean a whole lot. But of course, that isn't true, or at least my mom says so. But even my mom, who knows pretty much everything, doesn't know this next fact, and it's going to blow you away. So part of the reason why Tesla has been a smashing success in recent years is that their fearless leader, Elon Musk, pretty clearly has undying devotion to the company. And that goes well beyond the over-the-top antics that the Tesla spokesperson has had, both in person and with his restless Twitter fingers. He's like a screenager.
And your stock went up, Elon, by something like 8-9%, just based on that tweet alone. You earned about $3 billion.
Musk actually pumped a whopping $54.5 million of his own cash into the company. That all started with his $6.5 million contribution to the company back when they launched their first Series A, which is essentially an initial funding campaign. And that's when Elon signed on as chairman. And ever since, Elon has been growing his ownership of Tesla. And he now owns roughly 20% of the company, which is valued at nearly $350 billion. And while when Tesla was just a small name in the automotive space, people were definitely questioning Elon's sanity for making an investment like that. But today, with Tesla being a smashing success and growing in popularity, he has definitely silenced the haters, especially when you consider the guy's stake in the company is worth over $50 billion right now.
Jeez, is that true?
That's delightful.
And Elon's ability to innovate is second to none. And it's definitely a big reason as to why Tesla has found so much success. And one of those successes are those revolutionary batteries that are different than any other EV on the market. In Tesla's quest to build cheap EVs that even your cousin who hasn't had a job in years can afford, they've completely revolutionized what car batteries look like. The batteries used in Tesla models these days are commodity cylindrical cells that they've partnered with Panasonic to produce. Yeah, the same Panasonic that made the DVD A100 back in 1996, the world's first DVD player. But back to Tesla, because for a while they were pretty much just using off-the-shelf laptop batteries to power their super slick EVs. Yeah, you heard me right. The Tesla Roadster was powered by 6,831 rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. Yeah, the exact same battery that's used in your laptop with your Ideal sticker on it. Oh, what? You don't have an Ideal sticker or an Ideal hat? Go snag yours right now and then come back to this video because your computer or your head is not ideal with the swag. Anyway, while Musk and the boys were no longer throwing laptop batteries in their cars, their batteries are still cheap, small, cylindrical, and super similar to laptop batteries. And while yes, that may sound like some seriously shoddy craftsmanship, it gives Tesla a serious competitive advantage over its competitors. And that's because their battery packs cost way less to produce than any other EV battery on the market. Cars like the Nissan Leaf or the Chevy Bolt use much larger and much more expensive battery cells than Tesla's. Like the Model 3, that apparently has around 3,000 tiny cells that are extremely cheap to produce. And yes, they're not as cheap as the ones that they threw in the Roadster, but Elon Musk will tell you the car was more or less a barely legal science experiment than a light speed traveling sporting EV it was advertised as. Yeah, so how did Tesla's very first laptop battery powered sports car, the Roadster get received? Well, despite all their success today with the Model 3 and the Model S, the Roadster was undeniably, well, a pretty lousy car. And the story of how they got it to the market can only really be described as a show. Basically, before they unveiled this overpriced and overhyped electric supercar, they went through the ringer trying to get it ready and approved for sale. Musk had even said that their original business plan for the Roadster turned out to be staggeringly dumb. Essentially, the plan was to license drivetrain technology from a company called AC Propulsion and then just slap it into a Lotus chassis. But when it was all said and done, they were really only using about 6 or 7% of the technology that they paid AC Propulsion for. That sounds like a lot of wasted money and a complete headache. Plus, the Lotus platform had to be stretched to fit the unbelievable amount of batteries.
This car is 30% heavier and about 6 inches longer than an Elise.
And once they stretched the platform, they had to perform crash tests because it was a new vehicle. So Tesla had to just shell out a ton of cash to get another crash test for the modified chassis. And the final product, which was pretty much a Franken machine, suffered from all this madness. Heck, even at the Roadster launch party, the official launch party, several of the vehicles that were there for test driving got completely destroyed by the end of the night. And apparently these early Roadsters were completely unsafe and they ended up breaking down all of the time, which is a pretty rough start for a relatively new company. And while the Roadster was undoubtedly a complete disaster, the newer ones that they began producing in 2020 have gotten some pretty rave reviews. And I bet Elon's a little bit more proud of Tesla's efforts of the newer model, or at least how much better they are than the original Roadster. Anyway, I know for a fact that he is very proud of the Model X. Based on his tweets about its capability to defend you from biological warfare. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, there's definitely a lot of crazy advanced safety features out there these days, but perhaps the craziest one is the one that they put in the Tesla Model X. And this feature probably only could have come out to the mind of Elon Musk. And forget the immediate threat of a highway collision or even a fender bender backing out of your driveway. Tesla has already accounted for those with active lane control, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking in the Model X. But they also accounted for a completely different threat, an attack from a bioweapon.
I know what you're wondering. What's in the canister?
Yeah, starting in 2015, Tesla started putting in Hepa air filters into the Model X, which, according to Musk himself, can protect you and your family from a deadly bioweapon, which is pretty cool. And so Musk took to Twitter to let the world know that these filters are 100 times more effective than premium automotive filters. Other sources say the Hepa filters are more like 10 times better than the other car filters, but forgive Elon's flair for the dramatic. These filters are, in fact, extremely effective. And apparently one of them even saved a little girl from having an asthma attack in her family's Model X. Apparently it's also got an acid gas filter, an alkaline gas filter, and a carbon monoxide detector. I'm not even sure what acid gas is, but it sounds scary, and I'm glad Tesla's protecting people from it. But the Model X isn't the only superior protection that Tesla is churning out. Another one of their models has some serious safety features to protect you from the extreme and unexpected.
And we do see scratches at level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7.
If you've ever considered taking your Tesla Model S through an active war zone, you might want to consider making a call to Armor Max. This company works to design and assemble armored vehicles. And one of their latest projects is extremely cool because they've been hooking up Model S's with opaque armored exterior panels and ballistic glass that's all super lightweight and has very little effect on the Model S's speed. No, your Model S is not now faster than a speeding bullet, but with these badass Armor Max mods, it won't have to be. If you want to get your Model X armored, however, you're kind of out of luck. Currently, the only Tesla model that Armor Max is modding is the Model S P100D, which is one of the quickest production cars ever made with a 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. And that's even after you slap on all that ballistic armor on it. But incredible cars like this high-speed electric military tank would have never been possible without the vision of Elon Musk, right? Well, there's someone out there who might say something a little different about that. Heck, why don't we just do a little honorable mention? Because we touched on it just a bit at the beginning of this video, but apparently back in 2009, the true founder of Tesla, Martin Eberhard, filed a lawsuit against Elon Musk. And in a lot of legal jargon that most of us don't understand, nor should we, it pretty much just seemed like he was accusing Musk of stealing his company and then forcing him out. Eberhard claimed that Elon made some moves that were, to put it casually, just not really all that cool. He said that Elon breached his employment contract when he forced him out of the company, and that he denied him of severance pay after forcing him out of the Tesla boardroom, and that he slandered his name with public comments basically denying that Eberhard deserved any credit whatsoever for the success of the company that he had founded. And it seems like Elon really hasn't gotten past this beef, because considering as recently as 2019, he took to Twitter to comment. Tesla is alive in spite of Eberhard, but he seeks credit constantly and fools give it to him. Seems like he should be able to let bygones be bygones, especially when he just recently pulled in almost $9 billion in Tesla stock options. Cheer up, Elon. I think you'll be okay. And those were a lot of facts about Tesla, and we're not even charging you for it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I hope I blew your mind with some of these crazy Tesla facts. And if we missed anything interesting, let us know down below. And also, if you're new here, I'm Brad Danger, this is Ideal. Please subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Every single one of you means the world to me, and keep living the ideal lifestyle.